and welcome to the Milo Beasley Show, episode number 112, and we're here this week with Madden Associate Designer Ryan Glick. Man, how you doing?
Thank you for having me, Milo.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on here to talk a little bit of Madden before it kicks off.
Okay.
We're just a few days away from the launch of Madden 17.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That's cool. So what are some of the cool new things coming to Madden 17, man?
Madden 17's got a lot of cool stuff. Some of the key pillars this year are the ball carrier moves. There's a whole redefined ball carrier system, and that includes a new fake out system. So now when you execute a successful spin or a juke, you actually see the defender get faked out by it, kind of like you did with the double juke last year. And then there's a whole bunch of new truck and stiff arm moves as well. And each move has a variety of ways you can do it. So you could also do a normal move where you just hit the button without any other input. You can do a precision move where you press the spin button with left trigger and it does a different version of a spin that is a little bit slower, but it has a better chance to fake out more defenders. Type of deal. And then you can also do a speed one, which has been missing for Madden for a long time, and that can only fake out one defender. But if you do a speed move, a speed juke, it's going to be really subtle, and when it fakes out the defender, you keep all your forward momentum so you can stay on your horse and really go to the crib. So mastering all those skill moves is going to be really cool.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's just one piece of it. I mean, we could go on for days.
And on defense, coverage, zone coverage, and man coverage has been remastered a little bit, right?
Yeah, mainly zone coverage. Before, hook zone, flat zone, curl the flat zones, which were the purple zones. They only had one variety of them. It was kind of like a one size fits all, which isn't the way things work in zones work in real life. Right. I mean, a flat zone could have a variety of different responsibilities. He could be a hard flat where his responsibility is to just really guard the flat. He could be, a cloud flat where it's supposed to drop back a little bit with the wide receiver and then, break on the throw of the quarterback. So each of those zones now has at least, I believe, 3 different varieties of it. So about 9 new zones in the game. So that's a great way to mix up your coverage. So now when you call a cover 2, you don't know if it's a cover 2 hard. Your opponent won't know. Is it a cover 2 hard flat? Is it a cover 2? Is it a Tampa 2? Is it a soft squad? Is it a cover 2 carry?
Right, so you're not going to be able to cheese with the tight ends.
Yeah, it's not just a pre-snap read. You have to make a post-snap read as well.
Oh, wow, very, very cool. Yeah. Another thing that's been, besides Madden 17 coming out, Madden 16, while it may be a year old, some very cool things are happening of it, namely the ESports stuff that the past couple months have just been crazy. You've been literally all over the country.
Yeah,
you've been all over the country. You went out for EA Play out to California, right? And the Madden Challenge. And you got to be on the ESPN2.
Yeah. We were in San Francisco for the Super Bowl, for the Madden Bowl and the Madden Challenge finals there. We did a lot of events in Burbank, and like you said, EA Play as well. We were at the ESL studio when we were in Burbank, so that's pretty cool.
How did did that just come up out of nowhere? All of a sudden, you guys were on ESPN2, and it's a video game.
It was a long process. It was years in the making, and it was just about finding the right guys that could really drive this thing and getting the company to really, get behind it and want to go after esports. And once we brought in Matt Marcoux, who's our current commissioner, who was, I believe, responsible for helping put the whole League of Legends esport program together as well, he really helped get this thing where it needed to go, and so a lot of credit out to him.
So it's blowing up, man. Big things have occurred. What's next for esports?
I mean, I can't wait. I mean, you saw Peter Moore announce that EA Play that we're giving away $1 million.
$1 million.
$1 million. That's a big deal. That's a lot of cash. This year, we're still in the process of getting the tournament structure all set up. I'm sure there'll be dates coming out on that soon, so people could see how they could qualify to get their piece of this million.
You think people are out there like quitting their jobs and doing nothing but playing Madden in hopes that
it could pay off. It might be worth the investment this year.
Like, hey, maybe I'll just quit my job for this year and just do nothing but Madden and then make some money.
No, seriously, I think this year is going to be huge, and I'm super excited because I always felt like this is where Madden should be in regards to esports. We were kind of when we first did Madden tournaments. Back when I was playing back in 2004, 2005, 2006, we were kind of ahead of our time. We were doing these tournaments. We had Madden Nation on ESPN. We had the Madden Challenge, but there was no Twitch or anything like that. So we never really got the full mainstream attention that we should have. Our tournaments were never really shown in whole. To see a Madden Challenge finals, you kind of had to be there. Because again, there was no Twitch to kind of watch these type of things. And so we kind of died off after several years. Around 2011, Madden kind of died off, and then the esports train started picking up all this momentum. So we died off, like I said, we were ahead of our time. We died off before the hype train for esports really started going, and that always frustrated me. But to see EA recognize that and get us right back into the forefront and really go for it this year, I'm super excited because I always felt like when I saw esports become this mainstream thing, I always felt like we should have been there, and it always hurt me for us to not be a part of it. So for us to finally start to become a part of that again, it's like a dream come true.
You ever get a chance to play some of these guys that are at the like non-tournament games, like a little exhibition?
Nah, I'm out of my prime. They'd probably I don't know if I could do too much damage to them on the sticks. But the thing that is cool for me to see is some of the guys that I used to compete against and I used to be able to hang with are still competing.
By hang with, you mean you totally demolished them and now?
Nah, I wish. These guys were really good, but I was pretty good too. But yeah, no, it's cool to see. Like, that's one thing I love about our esport. Since we had this old history, you see some of these old school guys that were a big part of the early stages of Madden still doing their things, and they're going up against these young, hungry, like goons that are really trying to make a name for themselves on this scene. So you got this old school versus new school battles that are going on, and I really enjoy seeing that. I like seeing people that have established themselves, reestablished themselves, or defend their credibility. And I love seeing the new generation of people that are trying to make a name for themselves and now have that chance, because we all know what that feels like. We were all somebody trying to make a name for ourselves as well, and for our consumers and people that really love our game and want to play it at a high level, to have that opportunity again, it's so cool to me, and it's just such a big deal. And
just like some of the other folks that I interview, those guys are also competing for a championship belt. Those things are super nice, right? Like the EA Challenge, the Madden Challenge belts.
You put us in touch with the guy. I mean,
like those things are beauties. So Madden 17 wrapped out the door just about. If you could add a feature to Madden 18, what feature would you want to get in the game?
Oh, that's tough. I wish I could just make this come true too. I think there's two things for me personally that come to mind, and keep in mind I'm a Madden junkie, so I have my own needs and wants too for when I play the game. For me, the big things are, I would love to see Madden enhance our player code and player uniqueness. What I mean by that is just doing more things other than the ratings to separate the players. I think a lot of our games in the industry these days do a good job of that, and Madden does it a little bit, but I think we could be doing a better job of that, and I really want to see that happen. More animation specific coverage for the elite players, better abilities where a guy like JJ Watt's way more likely to swat the ball down when he's engaged with a lineman. Luke Kuechly being able to match tackles from a further distance than X linebacker. So player code is just a dream for me, and I can't wait to see that in Madden someday. And the other one for the competitive guys that's big to me is just an improved Audible system. When you're playing Madden on a high level right now, there's no way to set your audibles in the MUT and Draft Champions mode. When I say set audibles, I mean set custom audibles that you could go to at any time when you're at the line of scrimmage. And that, to me, that was always such a key strategic component of competitive play, and I just really would like to see some form of that back. So there was no worse feeling for me as a player when I come to the line of scrimmage, I pick a play, I can kind of tell what defense my opponent's in,
right.
but I can't, and I know the defense he's in is a counter to the play that I picked, and I know what play beats that, but I can't get to that play. That's really frustrating for me, and that's just a problem I would love to solve.
Well, maybe in 18, maybe we can get that in there. Maybe 19, maybe somewhere down the road.
Rex, I hope you walk.
Yeah, we had Rex on last year. Very cool.
He's the man.
Yeah, man. So a thing we like to do on the Milo Beasley Show is called the Top 5.
Cool.
So this week's Top 5, RG, is going to be Top 5 NFL players you would like to play in Madden.
Oh. Woo. Players, huh?
Like one-on-one, like if you could like sit there across them and just talk all the smack and just rack up the points on them, who would it be?
Can it be coaches too?
Oh, it could be coaches, yeah.
All right, so the first one that's easy for me is Bill Belichick, just because I want to play him, pick his brain on schemes, and then also try to convince him to get in the game, because he's the one coach that's not in the game. I'm a Patriots fan. I want the hoodie in the game really bad. So the hoodie, I'm going to go Eli Manning, just because, like I said, I'm a Patriots fan, and I would love to beat the brakes off that guy and something, give him some payback. So those are two really easy ones. I'll go with Tom Brady, just because I would love to meet Brady. I mean, you know, from Boston, Brady is life.
Right.
Tom Brady means Thomas Edward Brady means everything to us. And I would love to meet that guy. He's the man. Damn, the other two, that's got to be tough. Let me think about it for just a quick second. I'll go Gronk. I'll go the cover athlete, another guy I would like to meet. And, you know, Gronk seems like he's a cool dude. I heard he's not the greatest Madden player either, so maybe I could give him some tips on the sticks. After I whoop on him, he'll kind of pick up on some things. Give him a big
Gronk spike on the controller after he's done.
I've done that before in a tournament. Not proud of it, but I like to think I had the Gronk spike with the controller in my arsenal before Gronk ever could. And the fifth, let's go with Von Miller, just because of the havoc he caused on poor Tommy Ballgame last year in the AFC Championship. And much like Eli Manning, he's someone I would really like to, stick it to and give him a little comeback. So we're going to go Belichick, Brady, Eli, Gronk, Von Miller.
Awesome. And where can folks find you on the social medias if they want to hit you up on the Twitter, talk some Madden?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter, RG_Madden. Hit me up anytime. I love to hear from our fans. I love seeing highlight videos from our fans, and I just love interacting with our community. I come from that community, and I understand their passion. I understand what they enjoy about the game a lot. I could relate to a lot of the frustration, so I love interacting with them.
Cool. And so before we go, any last words on why folks should buy Madden 17 next week?
I mean, Madden's Madden. If you like football and you like video games, it's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah.
And it's a lot better than last year. And hey, if you're good, go and prove it and get a chance to get a piece of that million, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty good, that's a million reasons right there,
that's
right?
That's a pretty good chunk of change. So thank you, RG, for being on episode number 112 of the Milo Beasley Show. We will see you guys next week.
Thank you for having me.